linebacker Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Here's a return from the 7.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Back to 60. Back to 60. Let go.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd.
Let's go. Ready.
They go counter. It's Johnson. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Leo Chanel able to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Tag. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Pass play now. Has it downfield working left. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the 1st. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Down. 70 Timberwolves. Cowboy 80.
They go play action on 1st down. Oh, this big guy is moving. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Ready. Cowboy 80.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down, but to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
2nd down now, they need 7.
Here we go. Start. W Lions. Ready.
He's going to throw it again. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Xavier Worthy now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. Mahomes got to throw on this first play. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Right back to Worthy. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down from the 42. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Chiefs first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Yellow.
A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's going to score! Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Get it. 60 Eagles. Cougar 19. Let go.
Get to Johnson to start this run. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Ready up.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
On the ground again with Johnson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. But once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Drew Tranquill with the pick. And the Chiefs will take over as he reports his first interception of our season.
Well, this young man struggled to limit the interceptions this rookie season, and they've shown a lot of patience. But we know that NFL stands for not for long, especially if you're a QB that's interception prone.
got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. They'll run, Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Harrison Butker, anything on for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
First of all, you ain't fat long enough. You ain't strong enough. So whatever it is, I got you thinking that you're Superman. I got the kryptonite. The mic, character, study, the good actors. Let's go be the outfit. Let's add up all the factors. Whack and twisted. The girls are you broke, kid ain't yours, and everybody knows.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. First and 10. From the gun, Johnson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
Ready.
They'll throw it. It's a screen play to Warren. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
And the Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Johnson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Second and 10, back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and out third down.
Go. Ready.
To the air on third and long. And it's incomplete, so that's going to bring up fourth down.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and third downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
Here comes Bryce Baringer to handle the fourth down punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. They go play action. It's Mahomes. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. And you just get the play off. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. So they'll get to scheme about this third down call for a bit. That brings us to the end of one. It's a 14-7 game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll have it 3rd and 3. Back to the air, Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Fielded at the 11. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrapped him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt.
15-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Let go.
They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He's going to throw it. Gets it downfield on target to Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
First down, play action. Completed to his running back. They're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Come on. Set.
They're going play action. Headed out right. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Let's go now. Johnny Lyons. Ready, right?
Here he is on 3rd and short. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's 16 yards on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Counterplay here, Warren. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Well, that play right there, that one is why linemen, they run the 40, do all the agility tests in their spandex at the combine. Yeah, having fast, agile, big guys up front, it lets them set the table so the running backs could go do their job.
Working inside the red zone. Metcalf working that right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Alert!
At the 12-yard line.
Get it! Steady!
Jumps in up the middle. And he couldn't quite break it. Still a 5-yard gain, though. 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got a home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win, too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Viking 18!
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He's getting close. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers tie things up at 14.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Worthy now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Xavier Worthy on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down throw, Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. That's good room at the 35. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 26. And that's a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. And first carry now for Sean Smith. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field back. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Running up the middle, Pacheco. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action. It's Pacheco again. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Running backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one's caught. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get some late points and the lead.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7.
Steelers 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Escapes the defender. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Johnson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They're throwing it. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Looking for his wide receiver there, and it's 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pound that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Another punt coming up. Bryce Baringer to do the honors again. Looking to return from the 29. And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
Here's Mahomes on a designed run. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
hoping to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Looking to throw. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Now Boswell on to send this away. Worthy now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Mahomes. That one's cut along the left sideline. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route complete. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. A pickup of 17. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Yellow.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on 1st down.
What a great sign to start the 2nd half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down. Hits him on the out route, and he's brought down at the 17-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. They run with Pacheco. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To the air, Mahomes. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Steelers have it, headed the other way. 30 at the 20. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. That was awesome. awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field, maybe his whole life. That distance, a whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it. He wanted it.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return score, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Brown with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this first and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's a Chiefs first down.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
First down from the 42.
A gain of 15. First down, Chiefs.
Quick throw completed by Mahomes. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 43-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another throw for Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. He's going to have this one down to the 28.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw Mahomes. Gets it to him on the screen. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Mahomes. Rice has it, work in the middle. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
And a first down, Chiefs.
All set now. 1st and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. Dumps it off to his running back. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Throwing is Mahomes. Throw is caught. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw in a double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on third.
Yellow.
They'll air it out on third. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal. Design run here from Mahomes. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chiefs take a third-quarter lead. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. They broke out the design, run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause. Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. We've set it downs for him from the 31. Working on first down. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw here. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
The Steelers set to punt it. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
16 yards.
Mahomes on first and 10. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. First and 10 from the 32. They'll run now with Pacheco. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got second and 11. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. To the line they come, second down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10.
Yellow. I've got blue lady. Hey, color.
This is Pacheco. And that carry only gets one on the plunge up the guts.
Sebastian Joseph Day on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. First and goal coming up.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and goal, Kansas City.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's second and goal. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal.
It's a loss of 4. Brings up third and goal.
Yellow.
Third and long for him here. Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's fourth and goal. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. And his kick is blocked. And this is picked up inside. Up to the races. Middle of the field. The 30. He's at the 10. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach Bader. A shout out to the special teamers, Brock. They got somebody in free to block that kick, And things just got better from there as he took it all the way back.
These special teams coaches, they live in dark places, man, and they look for any vulnerability they can. A lot of times, you're a step slow, just a millisecond away. Not that time. It pays off in the biggest of ways.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. First down throw, Mahomes. Short pass caught by his tight end. Hits some space around midfield. The stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. Gain of 26 yards there. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's second down.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10. To the air, Mahomes. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it third down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Now it's Mahomes. This is cut downfield by Rice. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a fourth quarter lead.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up second down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Okay,
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
let's go now. 60, Vikings, 60, go.
Throwing it again here. Just like the last play, Metcalf has it. Ooh, and the stop made awfully close to the marker and in midfield. It's going to be 3rd and short now from the 49.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
On the ready.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Ready. Let go.
1st and 10, looking to throw. It's a screen play to Warren. And they take him down right along the 30.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Dragon 60, 70 Lions. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Here he is to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's a short gain of 1. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
We're approaching 50 seconds to play. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start.
He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
To throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Got it. Ready.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down.
Get it. Bronco 80.
Desperation time here. Gets this one to Freiermuth. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
That was a whole lot of hoofing it all the way across the field before the 2. Tight end and QB could find a window in that zone to get him the ball. He had to earn that catch in every single yard that came with it.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Tag. Viking 18. Cougar 19. Go.
Setting up to pass. And he brings it in. Touchdown. And a big decision coming up for him now. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
They're lining up for 2. This is for the lead and potentially the win. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Coach did not hesitate there. He held up those 2 fingers right away. They're going to try for this win.
Will line up for the
Fix the
two-point
Eagles. Fix
conversion.
the Eagles.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Put the body on the line for his team. They didn't come here today to play for no overtime, Brock. They didn't come here today to come away with a tie. They came here for the W, baby. And that 2-point conversion has them now moments away from that.
So many factors go into a big decision like that, Kate. You got to separate the emotion of it. You got to look at where your team is, and ultimately, who do you trust the most? In these huge decisions, time and again, it's all about trust to me. In this staff, well, they put the trust in that offense to go deliver, and boy, did they ever. Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. There's Rice with yet another one. And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yep, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Throwing is Mahomes. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He finds Brown right side. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space, to find those completions outside the pocket.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route complete. And they get the 1st down. This also moves him into range, Brock, for a potential game-winning field goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1 final seconds on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. This game now resting on the attempt from Harrison Butker. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. It has the distance and it's on target. It's good. And when it mattered most, he got it. No miss this time. He wins this game. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Pittsburgh.